Everyone wants to be liked. It sounds harmless, even noble. From childhood, we are taught to be kind, polite, and agreeable. We are rewarded for being gentle, for avoiding conflict. It is a value ingrained deeply in us. But here is a truth few will tell you. Kindness without strength is not kindness. It is vulnerability. In the world of power and influence, people do not respect what they do not fear. They only respect what holds consequence. They only respect what demands attention. Niccolò Machiavelli, the political philosopher who wrote the famous book The Prince, stated a truth that has echoed through the centuries. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Why is this so? Because love is fragile. It is conditional. Love depends on emotions, and emotions change. People love you when it is convenient, when you serve their interests, or when they feel good about you. But love can disappear in an instant. Fear, on the other hand, is immediate and powerful. Fear shapes behavior instantly. It forces hesitation and caution. Fear creates boundaries that cannot be crossed without cost. Machiavelli was not advising cruelty or tyranny. He was describing human nature as it truly is, the raw, unfiltered nature beneath the polite surface. People will say they love you and still deceive you. They will flatter you and secretly plot against you. But fear is the force that makes them think twice before crossing the line. Fear is the silent guardian of respect. Fear enforces consequence. It draws a clear line in the sand that others dare not cross. Consider those who rely only on kindness. They bend and yield to please others. They rarely say no. They avoid confrontation at all costs. What happens to them? They get used. They get overlooked. They get stepped on. Because here is the cold reality. Humans do not value what is given too easily. We desire what is scarce. We respect what we cannot control. And we fear what we cannot predict. This is the wisdom Machiavelli captured centuries ago. It explains why kings, generals, and leaders throughout history have cultivated fear as part of their power. It also explains why so many people are forgotten or replaced. No matter how likable they are, if you are not feared, you are forgettable. If you are not respected, you are replaceable. People do not follow the kindest person in the room. They follow the one who commands the room, the one who never begs for respect but makes others earn it, the one who punishes betrayal swiftly and without mercy, the one who remains calm while others lose control. Fear is not about terror or hatred. It is about presence, authority, the unspoken, understanding that crossing you carries a price. True fear doesn't need noise. It doesn't yell. It doesn't beg. The strongest form of power is silent, deliberate, and calm. When someone truly holds authority, their presence alone commands the room. Most people confuse fear with aggression. They think to be feared, you have to be loud or violent. But real power isn't chaotic. The most feared people are calm, quiet, and collected. They don't react, they choose. They don't threaten, they enforce. Fear is built on uncertainty. It forms when people don't know how far you're willing to go, and they decide not to find out. It's created by consistency, by confidence, and by consequence. This is where most people fail. They tolerate too much. They over-explain. They hope that being nice will make people respect them. But respect that isn't backed by boundaries fades fast. To earn real respect, you must be willing to create tension. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to walk away without explaining yourself. You don't need to yell to be feared. You don't need to threaten to be respected. What you need is presence. And presence starts with how you carry yourself. Walk with certainty. Speak with purpose. Never overshare. And most of all, never beg. Silence is your secret weapon. It makes people uncomfortable. It creates space for tension, for doubt, for reflection. When you stay quiet, others reveal themselves. When you don't rush to speak, they feel the weight of your attention. Silence is power because it creates mystery, and people fear what they can't predict. Another key to creating fear is consequence. Don't announce your standards, enforce them. If someone crosses a line, don't argue. Just act, remove access, change the tone. People remember how you respond more than what you say. Never warn twice. When people know your boundaries are real, they stop testing them. When they know you don't tolerate disrespect, they become more careful with their words. They think before they speak. They behave differently because they know who they're dealing with. To be feared is not to be cruel. It's to be unshakable. It's to be consistent. It's to carry yourself like someone who doesn't need approval and doesn't fear loss. The moment people sense that you're not afraid to walk away, they stop taking you for granted. And that's when real respect begins. You don't build fear overnight. You build it through patterns, through reputation, through small, subtle signals that tell the world, I will not be disrespected, and I will not be ignored. It starts with how you respond to pressure. When others panic, you remain calm. When others overreact, you stay still. Emotional control is the foundation of presence, and presence is the foundation of fear. People are not intimidated by noise. They're intimidated by control. The one who doesn't flinch, doesn't chase, and doesn't explain. That's the one who holds power. Power is not loud. It doesn't need to be. Power is calm. It's a slow breath when others are yelling. It's eye contact that doesn't break. It's knowing you can walk away, and they'll feel the absence more than your presence. This is what Machiavelli understood. That fear, real fear, doesn't come from violence. It comes from clarity, from showing others that your standards are not suggestions. They are limits, and when crossed, there is no debate. You must train people how to treat you. If someone speaks to you with disrespect, don't correct them. Remove your attention. If someone crosses your boundary, don't explain it. Show them the cost. Every time you let something slide, you teach them that they can keep sliding. Every time you ignore a red flag, you lower your own value. Fear keeps people sharp. It keeps them respectful. It doesn't mean they're scared of you. It means they're careful with you. And that's exactly what you want. Respect built on fear doesn't mean people hate you. It means they take you seriously. It means they don't want to lose your trust. They don't want to test your patience because they've seen what happens when someone does. And here's the truth most people will never admit. We all fear something. Some fear being alone. Some fear being rejected. But the ones who are feared the most, they fear nothing, or at least they never show it. When you become the person who doesn't flinch at loss, who doesn't need validation, who doesn't tolerate manipulation, people adjust their behavior automatically. You don't have to demand respect. You become someone who commands it by existing. That's the key to Machiavellian power. Not domination, not cruelty, but presence, control, and unwavering standards. So the next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, don't. Let your silence speak. The next time someone crosses the line, don't argue. Let your actions explain everything. And the next time you're tempted to be liked instead of respected, remember this. They might love you today, but if they don't fear losing you, they'll forget you tomorrow. Make them respect your absence. Make them fear your silence. Because in the end, people remember how you made them feel. And the one they fear disappointing the most is the one they never forget.